Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. I hope you're surviving the burning heat that is happening all over the place right now. I wanted to be a little bit more personal today, and if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you might have seen that I went and I did a tattoo the other day, and it's right here and it says ggwp. And if you're unfamiliar with the term, it means good game, well played. And it's usually used as the end of a game if you play competitive online. And I want to share the background for why I got this tattoo. And that's also gonna touch upon how I got into esports, kind of how my interest for gaming flourished in a really nice way, and I also will touch upon the people that I look up to in this whole world of online gaming. Let's put on our time travel shoes and let's dive back to 2010. So for anybody who is a younger sibling, I hope that you can agree with whatever your older sibling does is like the coolest thing in the world. And for me, my older brother, whatever he's ever done is still, to this day, the coolest thing ever. And I look up to him a lot. And within gaming, that's no exception. Only after we started getting out of our adolescent years and getting into teenagehood, we never really had a similarity in the games we played. So we always played different games. And I was super into World of Warcraft, which had a pretty mean community at the time. Not sure how it is today, but back in the day I played with people who were quite rude, they were quite demeaning, and I was left crying in front of the computer several times because I was so upset about how I was treated by people who sometimes even were my real life friends. But within the game, things just changed and it got complicated, and guild drama is a thing. If you haven't played World of Warcraft, it's a very real thing. And around 2010, I was volunteering at a LAN party organization, and this was because I was studying media, so I knew some film editing, I knew how to take photographs and do graphics design, etc. And they needed people to do that. So my teacher asked me to volunteer, and I did. And during that lawn party, Starcraft had been released like a little less than half a year. Starcraft 2. This is important. Starcraft was released back in like '98. And basically, that was like the main thing at this LAN event. There were like maybe 120 people there, and a lot of people were watching like the Starcraft games, and it was so hyped. It was like really hard to not get caught in it, and I had no relationships to Starcraft 2 at all. Only I knew that my brother had talked about it briefly, that he had been playing the first one for many years, and he was excited that the second one was coming out. He'd played the beta. And all of a sudden, I kind of opened my eyes to this game that was so far away from the PvE World of Warcraft sort of style I was used to. And this game was so different. Like, I realized how much thinking went into it and how much excitement. Everybody was just like a big ball of excitement when watching the games. And I was actually asked to interview one of the players. I think we're done. I ran out of space on my phone. Anyway, so Ominous was super nice and really explanatory to me. And I realized that there are gamers out there who aren't douchebags. And we finished the event, I watched the finals, it was super fun. And I went home and told my brother about it. I think I even messaged him while I was at the event. And he told me like, yeah, you need to start playing this. And he even bought me my copy of Starcraft. And that was a huge deal to me because we hadn't shared any games since we were little. And it just opened up this new world to me. So I started to get to know people around this eventually and got more into it. But my brother taught me the first basics of the game. And of course I played Protoss because he was a Protoss and they're still the coolest race. I don't care what you think. And one of the first things he taught me was that in Starcraft, manners are super important. And that involves things like saying GLHF when you start a game, good luck, have fun. And saying ggwp when you finish a game, good game, well played. And one thing that really surprised me about Starcraft is that you would end the game before it's finished. So once you realize that you're not going to be able to recover, once you realize you're not going to be able to win the game, basically, you type GG and you leave the game. And just playing the game until the actual game cancels the match for you because you've lost was super unmannered. And that was such a weird thing to me. I'd never heard about a thing like that before, and it really stuck with me. And he basically told me, if you don't say GG, you're a total douchebag. And I didn't want to be a douchebag. Like, people were so nice around me. I didn't want to be a douchebag. It's never been an attractive trait to me to be mean. But that really stuck with me, and I was super careful to always say GG after a game. And to this day, I try and do that every single game I play. Even I play Overwatch mostly now, but I stick with that. And after learning about this, I found myself to be more interested in the players who were well-mannered, because to me it was such a difference coming from the World of Warcraft community of being bashed about stuff all the time. And that doesn't mean that every player in Starcraft are like this well-behaved, perfect person. But back then, it was such a contrast to me. And one of the players that stood out to me the most was Wytra. If you don't know who he is, he's a Ukrainian Starcraft player who was kind of known to be, or still is known to be, like Grandpa Toss, Grandpa Protoss, because he was sort of like a father figure to many, I think. Maybe not on a personal level, but within the community, he was somebody to look up to who was a bit older. And one of the things he's famous for saying is more GG, more skill. And that means that, he explains it in a video, I will link it down below, but he says that in order to win and in order to improve, you need to lose. I think Michael Jordan has said the same about basketball, like you need to lose in order to get somewhere. And Wytra means that you need to learn from your mistakes, and more GG means more skill. So the more losses you get, the more skills you get as well. And that's something I found myself really looking up to, this kind of mentality of just learning from your mistakes and not flaming other players because you lose. And it's just over the years gotten really close to my heart. I'm very much a advocate for being a good player in terms of how you behave. And I think that if you've seen my previous video about toxicity in games, I touch upon that there as well, because it's a topic that's it's very dear to me, and I hope that it will inspire more people to think about these things. So sort of as a celebration for all this journey, starting with my older brother, going into getting to know a bunch of people, and just always remembering to be humble, to put in an effort, and to sort of be thankful for getting to play with other people, I decided to get the words ggwp tattooed on my wrist. And for me, it's just something that's reminding me to be a good player. It's like the same thing as with like football, when the players shake hands after the game. And I would like to encourage you, if you're the kind of player who just says like GGEs, like a freaking douchebag, think about these things. Be a good player, be humble, be thankful, acknowledge that the other player has put in effort. And that is basically my story about why I got this tattoo and how I got into the world of esports, how I started working in the games industry because of my interests, and it's all led up to this point where I am today. I feel like such an old person saying that. It's been 10 years. Has it been 10 years? It's 2020. It was 2000. It's been 10 freaking... Oh my god. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I would love to know if you have a story to share. So please comment down below. I would love to hear what your experiences are within the gaming world and maybe how you found out about it or started being involved in it. Also, if you want to support my work and also look freaking fabulous at the same time, I do sell my custom-made Ciwiel snapback caps. It's adjustable in the back. It says Ciwiel in the back in white and my logo on the front. And you can find them in my big cartel shop link down below. Alright guys, have a great day and I will see you in the next video. Bye!